Rightio, welcome back to Digger Detecting, guys. Welcome also to home. And today, well, we've already been out detecting, but today we're not talking about detecting. Today we are talking about 12 volt systems, 12 volt setups. And you can see here on the roof what I've opted for the Prado just recently is a 12 volt solar panel setup. So look, this is what's powering up my fridge, all my accessories and everything in the back, charging the battery, which I'll give you a look at in a second. I'm just going to run through the setup on the roof here, the solar panel, and why I did what I did and just how I did it. So we've got the brackets there holding him. It's pretty self-explanatory, as you can see. They're 60mm exhaust clamps, and we've sort of used the bottom of the exhaust clamp as a bit of a spacer to bring him down off the roof rail. And look, it gives great clearance in between the roof there. It's about an inch and a half in most areas, and look, it'll never impact or interfere with the roof, so that's most important. Also, we do have the shadows passing over the solar panels, and I'll speak about that in a second. I will just say though, this solar panel here, when I bought him, it's a King's solar panel, and I will say cheap, but then sometimes that's what you get also, cheap quality. So it's an 18mm thick solar panel. A lot of them are 35mm thick, which is nearly double. This one being so thin, it's a slimline panel. We actually had to plate him up and bracket him up with a bit of framing and the front on the side, the front and on the sides and on the back. So look, the break in the solar panel, the shadow going across, what I was just about to speak about, the reason why I wanted to touch on that quickly is some will be thinking, you know, mounting the solar panel underneath, it'll make it ineffective. Well, in actual fact, it doesn't. It does drop its efficiency a little bit with the shadows passing straight across the solar panel, because of course it's a 200 watt solar panel, but if you have anything breaking those panels up, it obviously reduces that input, that output, the 200 watt efficiency. So the shadows breaking it up, look, I'm not going to say it doesn't affect it, but it doesn't affect it enough for me to care about or worry about. Some people online there on forums and that were saying, you know, you're pretty much wasting your time. Well, I'm going to show you otherwise. So very, very happy with how this is performing. In actual fact, it's running so efficiently, even underneath the roof rails with the shadow passing across, that I'm looking to put more accessories in the back now. So 200 watt King's solar panel, as I said, we had to brace him up a little bit. 60mm hose clamps on the roof, on the roof bars, and I could have went for a full roof rack. But look, price-wise and weight and everything like that, I didn't really want to. I just wanted to go the cheap roof rack bars. They're about 160 bucks. And once again, that panel, well, it's about 160 as well. So very, very cheap setup. I'll just give you a look around on here. And you can see the Anderson plug where he comes in. He's just cable tie fixed to the roof rack there. The factory roof rails there. And then the cables and cords come in. So look, easily enough disconnected and taken down if it's, well, if I want to. It's probably a 5-minute job. So very sturdy and very, very happy with how that's mounted. Now, let's give you a look in the back. Right, well, once again, a very super simple setup in the back here. Let me just quickly remove my harness, my snake gaiters, bit of my detecting gear there where I was out this morning. We got gold this morning too. We got 1.5 grams in 3 hours. We did it really well, and we come home and bet the heat. We're up at 4 AM though, so there we go. Early bird gets the worm, or the gold. So as you can see, a 60 litre fridge on the fridge slide. It is currently running. We've had him switched on since yesterday. It is currently sitting at 0 degrees, so it's nice and cold in there. All the drinks and food will be nice and cold, and he sits on the slide rail there, pulls in and out. Look, and behind it we've got the 100 amp hour King's lithium ion battery. Now that's what powers it all, runs it all, and that is obviously what the solar panel is feeding the charge into. So how it's doing that is through the solar controller here, or solar regulator, whatever you want to call it. And right now you can see that battery is 13.2 volts, I should say. We've got no watts of input of solar coming in because we're parked in the shed. And the battery itself is 82%. So 82% charge. What we're going to do, and it's a beautiful day out there, I'll just spin you around. Apart from the wind, it is an absolute cracker day. Not a cloud in the sky, so it's a great day to test out and show you guys exactly what this solar panel does, how it charges up that battery through the solar controller, and how it runs that fridge. So let's get the car out and let's give you a look. And some will be questioning too, why didn't I just do a dual battery setup? You know, why didn't I mount a secondary battery off to the left there, run all the cabling, run the red arc isolator, run all the cabling to the back of the cab? Why didn't I do it that way? Why did I opt for the solar panel? Well, last 3-4 cars that I've had, 4-wheel drives, we've done that. We've done the secondary battery setup. However, that's only good when the car's running. When you're driving and whilst it's charging the battery, if you're stationary for a few days, there is nothing putting that charge back into the battery, such as the solar panel does here. So that's why I really want to go to the solar panel. Yes, on overcast days and during winter time, it's going to be a little bit of a difference. Right now we're in summer, so we have those beautiful sunny days providing all that power. So let's have a look in the back here. All right, well, let's actually have a look at this solar controller because I keep getting distracted. So we're going to check out the solar watts there. What's actually pumping into the battery, you can see, is 60.7 watts of power. And I don't know what's happened to the day. Since we've started filming, it's actually started to go a little bit overcast. So there we go. We've got a bit of cloud coverage coming in there. It's not affecting it that bad. We're still pulling 60 odd watts on a 200 watt panel, and we've got the two roof bars shadows going across. And look, that's nothing. The other day out in the bush, I was seeing 117 to 120 watts, which is the most I've seen so far. But look, on a bright, beautiful, sunny day, I would have no problem seeing 150 watts, I dare say. I don't think you're going to get the full 200 watts because, as I said, the shadow breaking up the panel, it does affect it. But even at 61 watts, we've got the battery, let's flick over, we've got the battery at 91% charge. So there we go. The fridge is still running, still pulling power, but 91% charged. And we seen there in the shed when we first started this video, that battery was at 82%. So there we go. It's definitely putting the power back into the battery, and in actual fact, it's so efficient. As I said before, we are going to start charging our detectors and charging our headphones. Look, even run the little camp stove, electric camp stove. We can do it all in the back here now, not just run the fridge. So I will say too, price point, anybody wondering, the fridge, the 60 litre fridge, the controller, the 100 amp hour battery behind the fridge, and also the solar panel, and of course the wiring, you're looking around the $1,000 mark. So to settle this up, about $1,000. And look, if you're handy with your wiring, handy with your tools, and you know what you're doing, it's not hard to set up. Run that wiring clean and neat, make sure you fuse everything, and you'll have no issues. So anybody could set this up at home as long as you have that little bit of do-it-yourself knowledge. So just show you too also what you see there in the background. They are the K-on Molly panels on the side windows there, and what I've actually done is cut up a sun visor and put behind them for a bit of insulation. Perfectly legal. In actual fact, you can do the back window and you can do the other windows too. And look, I've sort of opted for that instead of a heavy tint, and that's just basically to keep the sun coming into the back cab, and of course keep it off the back of that controller and keep it cool. What we've also got up the roof here is the K-on roof cage, or roof storage compartment, whatever you like to call it. We've got the jump pack, we've got a detector, Equinox 900 up there, we've got a medikit there. We've got the backpack. Look, it holds so much. It's very, very impressive. I was just saying to a friend there yesterday how impressive these are. And look, for the price point, you know, you look at it on the website and you think, oh, it's so expensive. But it's just amazing quality. And you get it, you fit it up straight away. There's no hassles, no measurement issues, or, you know, not fitting properly. It's just on point. The quality is on point. It's a bit pricey, but it's on point. Not to mention, we've got the K-on rear drop-down table. I sort of spent a bit of time on their website, as you can tell. Not affiliated in any way, I just thought their products were amazing. And look, as I said, a bit pricey, but you couldn't build this stuff for the quality that they provide. So I would attempt to do it myself, like I have in many other vehicles before, doing drop-down tables. I've even built rear drawers and fridge slides, and I've done it all myself. But this time I just went with, with K-on products. And look, for the future, I'm very, very happy that I did, because they're amazing products. A bit pricey, I said, but amazing products. And it's just, look, it's just fitted it out all really well. So if you have any more questions on this build, we've also got the false floor there that I've done myself. And if you have any questions on that, some will be wondering where my rear seats have gone. But if you have any questions on this build, or what you've seen, the solar panel, or how I've done anything, what I've bought or how I've bought it, and, you know, what I've paid for it, be sure to let me know, and I'll try and answer it accordingly in future. So drop that comment and make sure you hit the like and hit the subscribe button for future videos. Cheers guys, see you on the next.